Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. So, Disney's releasing The Acolyte, and of course, the chuds are all a dither because not only is it female led and predominantly female, it's like a coven of witches who are studying the Jedi or something. I don't really know what's happening, but they're not happy, and apparently there's going to be a transgender actress and a gay character, and it's just their worst nightmare, and it's just really funny to hear about them all getting upset about it. And I just had to comment on that because it just makes me happy. Um, I have sort of gained a new appreciation for Star Wars. I was always a Star Trek fan, and part of the thing I loved about Star Trek was that it was an expansive universe. You had the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, the animated series, the fan films, and then you sort of had the JJ films, which were an interesting twist. And then, unfortunately, you have the IP being used for New Trek, which is not really Star Trek and not really worth watching. Strange New Worlds had some moments, but either way, you had this big universe to explore. And back in the old days when they knew how to run the franchise, they actually had a lot of supplementary material and a sort of another universe of stories and books that all worked around the actual show and canon, and you could kind of it was just all supplemented and expanded, and it was just this wonderful universe to absorb yourself in. I always thought of Star Wars as just three films and done. Now the prequels came out and they were okay. Then you had six films, but still. But then the sequel films came out. They were better. I thought just they felt more like Star Wars than the prequel films, even though they had issues with them not being a proper, planned trilogy and all those issues there. But the films themselves felt like Star Wars. I did enjoy them. I watched them for May the 4th. I watched the original trilogy, the special edition trilogy, the prequels, the sequels, the extra films, Solo and Rogue One. And I really spent a lot of time. There's enough universe now to immerse yourself in. And I still haven't even gotten to, well, I never did Clone Wars, and I haven't gotten to The Mandalorian or The Acolyte, of course, the new show, and Book of Boba Fett, and the other one, which he was really interesting and political and intellectual, and looked at an area of the universe they hadn't really looked at before, and took a real look at the politics and how that would have happened. So I really respect it now more as an expanded sort of universe and something you can really go into. It's not just one story anymore, which is good. But it's just funny now to see, the trolls and the chuds being all upset because, it's got they put a chick in it, and they made it gay. uh, I mean, it's just funny. But I haven't watched the videos. I've just sort of seen the headlines, and you just know what they're going to say, where they're going. Oh, they're destroying it now. Seriously, though, they did make a mistake trying to turn a boys' brand into a girls' brand. Yes, they should have encouraged girls to watch the show and have more females in it and have it be more 50-50. That's fine, that's great. But to try and make it an actual female-led series and a female property and line, just the audience really isn't there, and they just alienated the very fragile males that made up apparently a huge amount of Star Wars fans. So that was a mistake. So they haven't done everything right. As far as the writing the shows and producing the shows and all that, they're good. I think they've done a decent job. But they have sort of strayed from what made Star Wars great, but they couldn't keep mining that forever, so they didn't have much choice. But trying to turn it into a girls' brand when the whole point of buying it was because they didn't have enough boys' brands in Disney, and then to try and make it it is a big mistake, and it has cost them a lot of money. And it's not that they couldn't have had women in it, but just to try and change the overall focus and to focus on a different fan base when you're already established. They should just try to bring women into it and expand the amount of women who watch the show, not try and, so they did screw up as a whole, but it's not like the trolls are making out. It's not like the chuds are making out. And it's funny to see them spinning, but unfortunately they do have a little bit to go on because the shows are struggling a little bit because some of the focuses are not sort of meeting the fan expectations, and they're not really embracing the community that already exists. They're very much alienating it and trying to propagate a new one, which just never works. You need to do both. You need to grow, add to, while maintaining the fans that you've already got. And too many franchises now don't get this. They think they can just make their own new franchise with their own new show, and it's just that easy. It's something that happens organically. It's a cultural thing. You can't just change it because you want to. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of The Acolyte. I haven't watched it. Like I said, I haven't even watched... I saw bits of, The Mandalorian and scenes, and read sort of a lot of reviews and sort of reviewed the episodes themselves about what happened in them, but I haven't actually watched them. I'm waiting for them to come on DVD, I think, or Blu-ray. I might get Disney Plus and actually stream them at some point, but I haven't made that decision yet. But I guess that'll be a whole month of Star Wars shows, I guess, or something. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment. Did I already say that? I say it so often I forget. It sounds like I already have. Bye.